Happy birthday to Walt Disney World. Happy birthday to the Magic Kingdom. Happy birthday to all this goodness. Happy birthday to you. Yes. That's right, guys. It's the Magic Kingdom's birthday. It's Disney World's birthday. October 1st, 1971. Magic Kingdom opened for the rest of the world. And today, October 1st, 2019, is Disney World's 48th birthday. We're only 2 years away from that amazing 50-year anniversary celebration that's coming. But that doesn't mean we can't start celebrating now. So let's start celebrating now. We're 48. We're as old as the movie Independence Day will be in 14 years. Don't check my math. And it does seem like the weather has come to celebrate Magic Kingdom on its anniversary day, on its birthday. The weather has come with gifts of wind and rain. The best combination. If you're gonna have rain, you might as well add the wind, so no place is safe. And the main street clears. This kid, though, living the dream. Happy birthday, Magic Kingdom. Happy birthday. So in the construction of Disneyland, they admittedly made a lot of mistakes, and Disney World was going to correct all of those things. When Disney World opened, it was just the Magic Kingdom and the two hotels, the Contemporary Resort and the Polynesian Resort, just across the lagoon over there. But more or less, it was basically a attraction for attraction copy. There were just a few things that were wholly unique to the Magic Kingdom. One of the biggest lessons they learned was to not have a live opening day broadcast. So in an effort to curb that sort of chaos that happened on opening day, they decided to push back the opening ceremonies just a little bit. In fact, Disney World opened on October 1st, 1971. It was actually a pretty low-key affair. Only about 10,000 people showed up, and it unintentionally became like a soft opening, as it were. So as you can see, when it was dedicated, it wasn't actually dedicated on the opening day. It was dedicated a few weeks later on October 25th by Walt's brother, Roy. And it said, Walt Disney World is a tribute to the philosophy and life of Walter Elias Disney, and to the talents, the dedication, and the loyalty of the entire Disney organization that made Walt Disney's dream come true. May Walt Disney World bring joy and inspiration and new knowledge to all who come to this happy place. A magic kingdom where the young at heart of all ages can laugh and play and learn together. Dedicated this day, 25th of October, 1971. So while a lot of this can be attributed to Walt Disney and his dreams, it's really his brother Roy that took the baton when Walt passed sadly in 1966. The Disney company wasn't sure how to proceed after the death of Walt Disney, and so it wasn't until Roy Disney, almost ready to retire, decided to push off his retirement and see that his brother's dream of a Walt Disney World would come true. And so the televised opening of the Magic Kingdom was definitely an interesting and curious event, for lack of a better word. And it featured a lot of guest stars, but primarily singers Glenn Campbell and actress Julie Andrews. And it began in here, which used to be more primarily the Main Street cinema of the Magic Kingdom. It was very 70s. It was very interesting as Julie Andrews, with a slew of Disney characters, began whistling the tune of Zippity Doo Dah. If you guys ever get a chance to Google that or YouTube that, take a chance and watch it, because it's very strange show. Look at that. Looks like we do have a clip. Yeah, check this out. So they're in here and they're doing that thing, and then okay, and now they're out on the street, Main Street, an empty Main Street ish. Okay, yeah. So they're on Main Street, they're here, and they're that's basically it. If you get a chance, like I said, go and see it. It's all right. You get the idea. Basically, they whistled, and it's just this weird rendition. Okay. But we get.
My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Stop. Would you knock it off? I can't take this anymore.
Zippity, 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 doo, zippity, doo, da, zippity, doo, da, day, zip, zip.
Would you knock it off? Geez, stop that. So anyways, it's Magic Kingdom's birthday. So today, we're gonna go around the park and we're gonna tour some opening day attractions and just sort of pay reverence to this place that's been here for so long. 48 years now.
Zippity, 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 doo, da.
That is Castle. Holy, we do not belong here. We need to get out of here. Magic Kingdom's birthday is fire! So Disney World was going to be bigger and grander in every scale, and literally by scale it's a lot bigger but still houses a lot less attractions than Disneyland. And so this is most grandly represented by the gigantic Cinderella Castle. And so we're going to make the loop. We're going to begin our time today over yonder in Adventureland. So Magic Kingdom's Adventureland was very similar to that of Disneyland, and it featured a lot of the same attractions, primarily the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. You know, I haven't been on this, I haven't climbed this since I was probably in middle school, so, you know, let's go down memory lane. Let's climb the treehouse. Here we go. Crossing what I can only assume is the Jungle Cruise River. So it doesn't look like the amazing water transport system is functioning correctly, but even stationary, it looks fairly impressive. Buckets would go and bring them all the way up there. But folks, it goes even higher than that. So let's keep going. Adventureland be beautiful, that's for sure. The iconic organ. Jam into the Swiska Polka 24/7. You gotta hand it to the Robinsons' craftsmanship. They really worked with the resources they had and made something very thematically good. Though admittedly, I have not seen a working restroom yet. It's not an emergency yet, but we're knocking on the door. We now begin our descent. A treehouse, a charming treehouse. A charming treehouse it was. So believe it or not, the Magic Kingdom did not open with an homage to the 1990s classic Aladdin, the flying carpets here, but it did open with another Disneyland staple, the Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise here, in my opinion, is, if only slightly, but just slightly better than its Disneyland counterpart, if only for the fact that it goes through that temple with the tiger and the goofy monkey idols that I find quite tickling every time I board the ship, the boat, the dinghy, the schooner. What would we call it? Magic Kingdom also opened with a near direct copy of the Enchanted Tiki Room. It was the same show, pretty much verbatim, and it was housed in a It's a very similar setting, but it was going by a different name. When the Enchanted Tiki Room opened in 1971, it was going by the name The Tropical Serenade. The only difference really being its housing and its humorous animatronic pre-show. And contrary to popular belief, Pirates of the Caribbean was not an original opening day attraction. In fact, there weren't even plans for it to be in Disney World at all. The Imagineers were reasoning that, hey, Florida itself is pretty close to the actual Caribbean. What interest would people on the East Coast have in coming to see our Pirates of the Caribbean? And so they actually began a lot of pre-production, a lot of work with Mark Davis on a ride called the Western River Expedition, which I believe could have been one of the greatest Disney rides of all time, but that's a rant for another story. But Disney heard the complaints of the people that were going to be housing this attraction. They said, you know what, we'll give you a Pirates, and a Pirates we got. And it's a wonderful, wonderful attraction. I do think it goes without saying that our Magic Kingdom counterpart is inferior to its Disneyland version, but a wonderful swashbuckling time nonetheless, but not an opening day attraction. And now we leave Adventureland to head into Frontierland to pay extra homage to the Disney World of past. And so Frontierland actually was the...
Zippity, 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 doo, zippity, doo, da, zippity, doo, da, day, zip, zippity, 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 doo, da.
And so... You're good? And so Frontierland was actually home to one of the Magic Kingdom's actually mostly unique attractions. And that is an attraction that wasn't even originally designed for this space. It's a lovable animatronic show about a group of country music singing bears. Of course, I'm speaking of none other than the Country Bear Jamboree. Yes, this was actually here in Disney World before it ended up in Disneyland. Let's go see how the bears are doing on their 48th anniversary show. The Country Bears is one of my all-time favorite attractions, and I love it not only because it was an opening day attraction, because it really hit home of what, oh my goodness gracious, speaking of the Country Bears, it looked like our good pal Liver Lips is headed to another opening day attraction, and that is the Diamond Horseshoe. So the Diamond Horseshoe probably looks very familiar to you. It looks very reminiscent of, and it was basically a copy of, the Golden Horseshoe in Frontierland at Disneyland. It has since been converted to a just pure restaurant in here, and it's still got that piano churning on the stage over there. But this was home to a lot of live entertainment in the home of Magic Kingdom past. The stairs that now go to nowhere. The Diamond Horseshoe. And of course, the Frontierland Shootin' Arcade was an opening day attraction as well. Happy birthday, Frontierland Shootin' Arcade. I like that it's got basically a copy of the town of Rainbow Ridge in the back there. Very nice. Very nice. Oh my gosh, and there's Ghost Riders in the sky. Very old school in here. I love it. Never really gotten this close to it. That's my fault. There's more Country Bears in the place. Woo! Man, high-fiving a Country Bear. Does it get better? Doesn't get better. That's the issue. It doesn't get better than that. What do I do? Just go to Liberty Square? Psh, push. Push. I just high-fived a Country Bear. Alright, where was I? Would you quit it? Seriously. The joke It's over. The joke landed, the gimmick worked. Okay, we don't have to keep bringing it back up. It's probably annoying people even more than me. So please, Julie Andrews, please, stop it. And with the whistle of the steamboat, we find ourselves in Magic Kingdom's unique land, and that is Liberty Square. Liberty Square pays special tribute to the days of colonial past. This was a bigger version of what Walt always wanted for a section off of Main Street in Disneyland called Liberty Street. And it even houses the attraction that he dreamed would one day be in Disneyland, and that's the Hall of Presidents. The Hall of Presidents was an original opening day attraction as well. And it was groundbreaking in its use of so many animatronics. It was, not sure how many it was in the 70s, but I believe it was around 35, 36 or so. And since then, it's just continued to grow, and I think Walt would be very proud of his President's attraction today. And of the attractions that were duplicated, Haunted Mansion was one of them. This Haunted Mansion and the Haunted Mansion that premiered in Disneyland in 1969 actually were sort of being developed around the same time, and so each animatronic that was made for the attraction in Disneyland was duplicated at the same time to be used eventually when Disney World opened here in Florida. Happy birthday, second Haunted Mansion. You have a 55-minute wait time right now. And another attraction, now defunct, that was here on opening day was that of the Mike Fink keelboats that floated along with the Liberty Bell and the Tom Sawyer rafts. And now we leave the confines of true-life colonial American Liberty Street and enter the realm of fantasy and excitement and whimsy here in Fantasyland. Fantasyland probably looks more different than any other land does from opening day, and that's because there's just been a lot of changes within Fantasyland here. But of course, Disney World opened in October with It's a Small World, their version of It's a Small World, which is going strong across the way over there. Subsequently, if you haven't seen the new episode of the Disneyland Chronicles, which covers It's a Small World, you better go and check that out right after this vlog, because it's pretty awesome. Or, even if you want to pause this right now and go and check it out, it's worth it. One of the major differences of the Magic Kingdom version of It's a Small World is that the fun, Mary Blair-inspired, Rolly Crump designed exterior finds itself inside the ride here, inside the queuing area of the Magic Kingdom's It's a Small World here. So we still get to have all of that cool, fun architecture, but from a different perspective.
Keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat. And please watch your children. Thank you. Bienvenidos para su seguridad. Gracias. Welcome to It's a Small World. For your safety, please remain seated throughout the voyage.
Another difference of the Disney World version is that the water actually goes all the way to the sets. In Disneyland, it's just a little canal that goes all the way through. But here, we're a lot wetter. Also, for sure, Peter Pan's flight, a Disneyland staple, just had to be in the Magic Kingdom on opening day. Peter Pan's major difference here is that it has a far superior, a much better London scene. You can fight me on that. It is thebomb.com. And so here we have another opening day Disneyland. No. 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 Quit it. Gosh. Anyway, so behind us we have the Prince Charming Regal Carousel. But it opened on October 1st, 1971 as Cinderella's Golden Carousel. And it's been here ever since, whirling guests round and round on weirdly painted horses. It was a carousel that inspired Disneyland and Disney World in total, so I'm pleased to see it having a presence here in Disney World as well. But the Magic Kingdom, like Disneyland, was never meant to stay the same, and so with that, changes came in the decades that followed. There used to be rides and attractions here in Fantasyland, and we're starting here at Princess Fairy Tale Hall that used to house the horrifyingly scary Snow White's Scary Adventures. Now, a princess meet and greet. And in what now houses the Tangled-themed bathrooms and stroller parking, used to be the liftoff center for the Fantasyland Skyway to Tomorrowland. There used to be sky buckets that would lift up and go all the way across over Fantasyland and over to Tomorrowland. And what's housed in Mickey's PhilharMagic, there used to be an attraction called Mickey Mouse Revue, and it sounds pretty fantastic. If I ever do a Disney World Chronicles, I'm going to be real adamant on making that a huge episode because it's a ride that fascinates me. What it was essentially it was just an audio animatronic show just full of Disney characters led by Mickey Mouse as the maestro or conductor, whatever you will. And he was conducting his Disney friends from a whole slew of different Disney animated movies. They were all together singing Disney songs. It was cool. And so it was another one of the unique to Disney World attractions. There was nothing like this anywhere else in the world at the time. And so part of me is a little sad I never got to see it. It didn't stick around too long, but there are different remnants and traces of it around the Disney World here, and we'll go and take a look at those at some time. But that is a piece of Disney World history I wish I could have experienced in person. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. And in what now houses Winnie the Pooh and the 100-Acre Wood, there used to be Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. One of the things that really set the Disney World version of Mr. Toad apart from its Disneyland counterpart was the fact that it actually was operating on two different tracks, and there was this interesting effect right after you began that would actually make you feel like you were about to crash another car that was coming. And they never did, as far as I'm aware. And also opening day was the day that would live in infamy, as another Mad Tea Party would enter the world officially. What's the appeal? It spins, it makes you throw uppy. Yes, the bells are ringing, and we need to remember that it's not just Magic Kingdom's birthday today, it's also the Contemporary Resort opened on this day in 71. Polynesian Resort opened on this day in 71. And then Epcot would come along just a few years later in 1982, and it's Epcot's birthday today on October 1st as well. So, happy birthday to all of the amazing Disney elements here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Happy birthday. And now we exit the confines of Fantasyland to enter a world of
Everything is satisfactual.
Okay, sorry about that. We're in Tomorrowland. It's Tomorrowland. And Tomorrowland is actually the Tomorrowland Speedway, but it was not known by that name originally. When it opened on October 1st, 1971, it was actually the Grand Prix Raceway. And you know what? I'm feeling the need for some Disney World moderated speed. Let's go do the Speedway. And we are off on the Speedway. I'm bad at gauging speed, but I think we're going about 22 miles an hour here. And this is why you don't vlog and drive. Okay, let's get some speed. This is impossible to do one-handed. But I'll do it for you guys. Woo! Oh my goodness gracious. It makes you drive like the movies. It makes you drive all nonsensy. This, the Tomorrowland Speedway, or what was the Grand Prix Speedway, was made to look like an old, you know, sort of Indy 500 track, and it had the speed, you know, the tower or whatnot that it had. And I love it because it really is reminiscent of Autopia, an original opening day attraction. And it doesn't have the same name, but it's... Would you stop doing that? This is not the Julie Andrews Hour. This is the Happy Place Explorers channel. Happy Place Explorers. It's a Disney vlog. It's a fun vlog. And you should subscribe to it if you see this. Because it's fun and it's awesome. But this is not the time for that. I'm on Autopia. I'm on Autopia 2. The Tomorrowland Speedway. The Grand Prix Speedway. Okay, let's put the pedal to the metal. In the home stretch. Zoom, zoom. Okay, this is nice. We got Tron over there. Ah, we got a love bug on my arm. Ah. I didn't like that. I remember coming as a kid riding Tomorrowland Speedway and thinking, you know what? It's okay. And believe it or not, the Grand Prix Raceway was basically the only thing in Tomorrowland at that time, which kind of defeated the purpose of it being Tomorrowland, since it was basically an homage to a race that was happening today. Luckily, Tomorrowland would continue to expand and grow as it became the Tomorrowland we know today. The Tomorrowland of a fun and futuristic future. Completely unrelated, but this thing is so awesome. I want it desperately. And of course, we'll be celebrating Magic Kingdom's 48th birthday with a delicious pint of fountain Diet Coke. That's the good stuff. The only thing better than that is the soulful sounds of Sunny Eclipse in the Starlight Cafe.
Can you guys bring this thing down a bit?
Okay, now that we've been hydrated by the sweet, cool, carbonated Diet Coke, we continue our tour around the Magic Kingdom. And our next stop, our final stop actually, is going to be a part of the new edition of Fantasyland, the Storybooks Circus. So we're here in Storybooks Circus, a division of Fantasyland, to pay special homage to one airborne pachyderm. But first, we must also recognize another birthday that's happening in Disney World today. Yes, the Barnstormer opened on this day, October 1st in 1996. It opened as Goofy's Wise Acre Farms, and in the new Storybooks Circus re-overlay, they got the new title as The Great Goofini. We have to go do it on its birthday. Of course, Disney World is always changing, and it's here at the Barnstormer where you may get perhaps your best look at the new changes coming to the Magic Kingdom and the new Tron Light Cycle roller coaster. Seems to be a lot of progress happening on the Light Cycle. Very excited to see this continue to expand and grow in the following months. Alright, and we're off on the Barnstormer. It's That sort of got a reputation as a kid's ride, but you know what? I think it's pretty fun. I always have a good time on the Barnstormer. Put me in the fan of a Barnstormer.
What a wonderful zippity. What a wonderful zippity-doo-dah day. Zippity sunshine. Sunshine hit my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-doo-dah day. What a day.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet. And of course, our final attraction for the day in our opening day tour, Dumbo the Flying Elephant. So Dumbo the Flying Elephant in the Magic Kingdom operates a bit differently, if only because there's two of them. It's true pink elephants on parade, truly seeing double here as we do this iconic Disney staple attraction. This is quintessential Disneyland, and I'm glad that we can experience it. A lot of memories made aboard these soaring elephants, and so let's close out our tour here in the air. I am aboard my own personal dumb elephant. Woohoo!
Everybody ready?
Let's do it.
Ready to take off with the world's only flying elephant, Dumbo!
Woohoo! Wow! We're soaring, flying.
Everything is supercalifragilistic. Expialidocious.
Okay. Okay. Alright, I get it. Well, I think that's gonna do it here for our day here in Magic Kingdom for Happy Place Explorers. I'm Jordan, and until next time, we'll see you in the happy place. Julie, why don't you bring us home?